Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we pull back the curtain on corporate earnings reports so you know what is really going on behind the scenes. This week we've got a very interesting filing from Hyperscale Data Incorporated, and let's just say they are doing something really cool with their dividends. Before we jump in, if you enjoy getting these kinds of insights directly from the source, make sure you are subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where you can connect with other like-minded individuals. Alright, so Hyperscale Data Incorporated, ticker symbol GPUs on the NICE American, has just released some information on their dividend payouts. This isn't a full financial report like a 10K or 10Q, but rather a specific announcement form 8, which usually means something important has happened that the company needs to tell everyone right away. And in this case, it is all about dividends, those payments companies make to shareholders. So the big news here is that on the 16th of January of 2026, Hyperscale Data announced a cash dividend for holders of their series, Decumulative Redeemable Perpetual Preferred Stock. Now, what does that mean? Preferred stock is like a special class of stock. It usually has fewer rights than common stock like voting rights, but it often comes with a guaranteed dividend payout. Think of it as a more stable, predictable income stream for those investors. And this announcement tells us exactly how much that payment will be per share. They are paying out $2.708333 per share for the Series D preferred stock. That is a specific number, and it is important for those investors. But that is not all. The announcement also covers another preferred stock, the 10.00% Series E Cumulative Redeemable Perpetual Preferred Stock. And for that one, they are paying out 208 thousandths of a dollar per share. These are the amounts that will go out to shareholders. Now, there are some key dates here that are important for anyone holding these types of stock. The record date for both of these dividends is the 31st of January of 2026. That means if you own the stock on that specific day, you are entitled to the dividend. The payment date, when the money actually lands in your accounts, is the 10th of February 2026. So, if you are invested in these preferred stocks, mark your calendars for those dates. This filing confirms the dividend amounts and the timeline for these payments. It is worth noting that the company also lists its common stock. This is the regular stock that most people think of when they hear about a company's shares. The filing mentions class a common stock with a par value of $0.001 per share. This is a very small nominal value assigned to the stock, and it typically has little bearing on the actual market price or the company's financial health on its own. We also see the details on another of their preferred stocks, the 13.00% Series D Cumulative Redeemable Perpetual Preferred Stock with a par value of $0.01 per share again. This gives us the full technical name for the preferred stock we discussed earlier. The percentage in the name, 13.00%, likely indicates the annual dividend rate relative to its par value if it were fixed, but the actual cash dividend declared is specified in the main text, which we covered. The currency for these transactions is the US dollar, which is standard for a company operating in the United States, and the unit of measurement for these dividends is per share, meaning each share of the specified preferred stock will receive the stated amount of cash. This tag simply indicates that the context is related to shares or quantities of shares. It is more of a technical XBRL tag used for structuring financial data. So let's talk about this Form 8. It is basically a way for companies to quickly announce major events that shareholders need to know about. It is not a deep dive into financials like a quarterly or annual report, but it is crucial for timely information. In this case, the Regulation FD disclosure means they are making sure this information is available to everyone at the same time, preventing any unfair advantage for certain investors. This section lists the company's securities that are traded on exchanges. We see their class of common stock with the ticker symbol GPUs, and it is traded on the NICE American, that is the New York Stock Exchange American, a major stock market. They also list their 13.00% Series D Cumulative Redeemable Perpetual Preferred Stock, which also trades under GPU's PD on the NICE American. Having different tickers for different classes of stock is common. The form asks if the registrant is an emerging growth company. These are companies with less than a certain amount of revenue, and they get to use some relaxed regulatory requirements. Hyperscale Data has indicated they are not an emerging growth company by leaving this box unchecked. This means they are expected to comply with all the standard CH rules. This is the core of the filing as we saw. Hyperscale Data announced a cash dividend. For the Series D preferred stock, it is $0.2708333 per share. And for the Series E preferred stock, it is $0.20833 per share. This confirms what we discussed earlier and highlights the company's commitment to paying its preferred shareholders. The filing also states that a copy of the press release is included as an exhibit, meaning it is attached to this report for easy reference. This section is usually where you find all the supporting documents for the report. In this case, the key exhibit is Exhibit 99.1, which is the press release itself. It also mentions Exhibit 101 and 104, which are related to the inline XBRL format, a way of presenting financial data online that is easier for computers to read and analyze. This is essentially the table of contents for the exhibits. Exhibit 99.1 is the press release dated the 16th of January 2026. Exhibit 101 is the inline XBRL data. And Exhibit 104 is the interactive data file for the cover page. These are all standard parts of an SEC filing that provide the full details and structure. Finally, at the end of every SEC filing, there is a signature section. This is where an authorized officer of the company signs off, confirming the accuracy of the information presented. Here we see Henry Nisser, President and General Counsel, has signed on behalf of Hyperscale Data Incorporated, confirming the report on the 16th of January 2026. Now let's look at this from a purely strategic perspective. Hyperscale Data Inc. is clearly a company that values its preferred shareholders and is committed to providing them with consistent returns. By announcing these dividends, they are reinforcing investor confidence, especially in the preferred stock market, which often seeks stability. A company that consistently pays its dividends, particularly on preferred stock, signals financial health and a responsible management approach. This can attract more investors looking for reliable income streams. However, focusing solely on dividends can sometimes mask other aspects of a company's financial health. Since this is an 8K and not a full financial statement, we don't have a lot of numbers to dissect about overall revenue, profit, or debt. But the fact that they are able to consistently pay these dividends suggests they have sufficient cash flow or a stable enough business model to support these payments. What are the risks? Well, if the company's core business were to falter, these dividend payments could become unsustainable. Also, the preferred stock market can sometimes be less volatile than common stock, but it doesn't offer the same potential for massive growth. Investors in preferred stocks are generally looking for income and security. In conclusion, Hyperscale Data Incorporated's announcement is a positive sign for its preferred shareholders, demonstrating financial discipline and a commitment to returning value. While this filing doesn't provide a complete picture of the company's financial performance, it certainly highlights a key aspect of their investor relations strategy. The clarity on dividend amounts and payment dates is excellent for the common shareholders. This filing doesn't directly impact them other than showing the company is stable enough to meet its obligations. What do you think about Hyperscale Data's dividend strategy? Does it give you confidence in the company's direction? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up as it really helps the channel. And if you want more in-depth analysis of corporate filings like this, make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to join our Discord community, the link is in the description. Thanks for watching Corporate Decoder, and we'll see you in the next one.